Bride is surprised to find a note left by her husband on their wedding night and he is gone. It turned out that her husband had an urgent mission that required him to leave the country immediately. Since she didn't know how many years it would take for him to return, he told the bride not to wait for him anymore. The bride was heartbroken when she saw the note. At that moment, the mother-in-law walked over and blamed it all on her son. She advised her daughter-in-law to find a suitable man to marry while she was still young, but the woman firmly stated that she had married the man with the certificate, and that she would be his wife for life. And she waited for 18 long years. 18 years later, the man worked hard abroad and became a billionaire chairman. After his success, he chose to return to China to develop his business. His comrades rushed to pick him up and take him to a 5-star hotel to rest. Unexpectedly, his wife was working at this very hotel. The woman had been single all these years and was especially beautiful. A wealthy woman falsely accused the woman of seducing her husband. In fact, it was the wealthy woman's husband who had often harassed the woman. Just as the wealthy woman was about to reprimand the woman ran away and happened to bump into the chairman, who had just arrived at the hotel. It turned out that 28 years ago, they were childhood sweethearts. That day, the girl was frightened and cried because of a vicious dog. The boy risked everything to save her. At that moment, the girl hoped the boy would protect her for the rest of her life. The boy also vowed that when he grew up, he would marry her. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye. In that era of arranged marriages, but the boy didn't know that the bride he was about to marry was his childhood sweetheart. On their wedding day, he received an urgent mission from the military. He left a note and hurriedly left the country. Another 18 years passed. The man became a returnee from overseas and became the chairman of a company. While resting at the hotel, he saved his wife he had never met before. To thank the chairman for saving her life, the woman took the initiative to serve him. The chairman praised the woman's service without end. At this point, the assistant hurriedly came over. The assistant said they had found the contact information for the old lady. The chairman quickly called his mother. On the other end of the phone, his mother was scolding him endlessly. She said that after 18 years, he had only now remembered he had a mother and a wife. The chairman hurriedly apologized, saying he was unfilial. He explained that he had returned to China to repay his mother's kindness. After hanging up the phone, the chairman told the woman that he had come back to divorce his wife. He planned to compensate his wife with half of his assets. The woman learned that the chairman had been abroad for the past 18 years. Moreover, he had a middle-aged wife waiting for him in China. This situation was identical to her own with her husband. She couldn't help but wonder if the chairman was her husband. Suddenly, her mother-in-law called. She told the woman that her husband had returned to the country. She urged her to hurry home. It was then that she dismissed the suspicion that the chairman was her husband. In the evening, the chairman returned to his old home with many bags to visit his mother. His mother burst into tears the moment she saw him. The son kneeled and bowed to his mother, apologizing. He promised that he would stay by her side and be filial from now on. Seeing the table full of her favorite dishes, the chairman thought his mother had specially prepared them for him, but his mother said the dishes were for the daughter-in-law. The mother also advised her son to make it up to his daughter-in-law, and to hold a proper wedding for her again, and to marry her with full honors. The chairman never expected that. The wife he had let down had waited for him for a full 18 years. Then, his mother told him how his daughter-in-law had cared for her in every possible way for the past 18 years. She described how the daughter-in-law had taken care of her every need. The